Our 63 Kyanguli secondary school fire tragedy victims received their compensation. 4 among the 67 do not know their fate. According to the Bereaved Parents of Kyanguli School, chairperson Mr. HillaryKitata, the government released a total of 53.8 million as part of the 61 million which was awarded a fortnight ago to be shared among 63 parents.
My name is HillaryKitata, chairman Bereaved Parents of Kyanguli. Sum of 53,800,000. Under that, there's a balance of 7 million. The government will speed up in ensuring that the balances are gotten in the earliest opportunity. Again, I also urge the government to do something about some 4 parents who never sued the government and who have not received any compensation. I would like the government to create a modality whereby the parents can get something so that their tears can also be wiped, as happened to the other 63. Each parent got a sum of 786,000. Thereby accruing a balance of around 140,000. The total money would have been 61 million, as it were. But the one that we got was 53,800,000 shillings. So we hope the balance will be paid.
Kitata says the 4 did not take part in suing the government over the death of their children as they died while undergoing treatment in the hospital, while the 63 perished on the very night when the dormitory caught fire.
The 4 parents did not sue the government. And in fact, the reason being that most of the children did not die immediately, the others died. They died later in hospital after a while. And I think because, the parents were in shock and sick, they were not able to collect themselves and maybe pursue justice through the court system.
He urged the government to speed up paying the balance of 7 million and avoid a similar 18 years delay experienced in the first phase of the compensation. Speaking in Nzaikoni area in Kathiani constituency in Machakos County, where the parents had congregated, Kitata described the 18-year journey as heartbreaking and full of grief.
I believe the government will speed up the remaining balance of 7 million so that we can put this matter to rest and stop the anxiety that the parents have been having for the last 18 years.
In the meantime, the parents hinted on the formation of an association which will offer guidance to scholars on the dangers associated with burning of schools.
And in the same token, the parents of Kyanguli are starting an association. The association's main objective will be to educate schools on the dangers of burning schools, especially the youth who are bent on burning schools because maybe they are under the influence of drugs and so on.
Speaking in the same occasion, Kathiani member of National Assembly Robert Mbui urged the government to move with speed in ensuring all schools are equipped with CCTV cameras to make the schools secure. Mbui thanked the government for serving justice to the parents as he poked holes in the delayed compensation.
I would also like to join chairman of the parents of those victims of this tragedy that occurred in our school in Kyanguli in 2001 in thanking the government for compensating to wipe their tears, because this has been a very, very long journey. It has been very painful, even as they were thanking us for supporting them in seeking justice. I could tell, and I can still tell, that the pain doesn't go away. 18 years later, When they mention issues to do with that tragedy, it is like it has just happened yesterday. So I think it's something that has been quite painful, and we really appreciate what the government has done. And we want to say that in future, the government needs to move as fast as possible so that it doesn't take us 18 years to get justice on little money like 60 million, because as a nation we are really not that hard off. We can be able to pay these claims in good time. I would also like to state that we are aware that there is a small balance, a very minor balance of about 7 million. Kindly expedite the process of paying that 7 million. I want to say that even as we make these compensations that we have done, which is only just over 700,000 per parent, it is good to note that these parents have had issues, health issues. They've been going through counseling. They've been requiring medical care all through. And in fact, quite a number have lost their lives. And so the money they have been given really just cannot even compensate for the monies that they have spent over the period in trying to either seek justice and also to medicate themselves. So it's important that we hasten the balance so that we can put this matter to rest once and for all. And I'd also want to say that I thank the parents for agreeing to let us use this tragedy that occurred to their children as an example for the rest of the country. In the National Assembly, I moved a motion, and it was debated and passed, asking and urging the government to ensure that we install surveillance cameras in all our institutions of learning, for the simple reason that we have a culture of schools being burnt, dormitories, in fact, almost all the time. And within a year, almost every region in the country will get a problem of damages and arson in our schools. And we felt that if you put surveillance cameras, it will help to ensure that that crime is reduced, because they will know that they are being seen. So I would like to urge the government to hasten in that process. We will work with the association that they've come up with to ensure that we go around our schools and talk to our children, because it is the influence of negative influences like peer pressure, drugs, alcohol. Those are the ones that are making our children sometimes go off the straight and narrow. So we hope that this association will help us to put sense in the children of this country, so that going forward Kenyans will know the dangers, the effect, and how bad a tragedy can be. Because when these children are burning dorms, they don't think about human lives. And so you can imagine that young person or two persons who decided 18 years ago to just go and burn a dorm. They didn't know that 67 of their colleagues would lose their lives. So it's important that we work together in this and make sure that the country knows. We want to move our country from the pain and to heal it so that we can move forward.
Reporting for the Kenya Digital News, my name is John Matava.